All right, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, kids, how are you? How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Well, my name is Jeff Breslin. I'm the board president for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metropolitan Baltimore. Thrilled to be here, thrilled that the Ravens and our partners in the city and Up2Us are here to celebrate a pretty big day. So I just want to welcome you on behalf of the hundreds of kids that we serve across the city, our incredible team. It's a really exciting time for the Boys and Girls Club of growth and some incredible transition as we grow across the city. I want to take just a quick second to thank Brandon Williams is here, a huge supporter of the Boys and Girls Club. We thank you for your help and your service. And you know, in my day job, we love to use the power of sport. So we couldn't be more excited at the Boys and Girls Club about this opportunity and about the incredible platform that sport provides for all of us to get better as people. So we are thrilled, we're excited. We are just honored to be part of this announcement and honored to be part of the program as this program grows here in Baltimore. So with that, I will turn it over to an incredible proponent for the city of Baltimore and the Boys and Girls Club and incredible programs like Up2Us, Dick Cass.
Good afternoon. My name is Dick Cass. I'm president of the Baltimore Ravens and proud of it. We're here today to make an important announcement. The Baltimore Ravens are going to invest $1.5 million into a program called Up2Us. And Up2Us is going to provide coaches for the youth of Baltimore City. We're very excited about this program. You're going to hear a lot about it from the founder and CEO of Up2Us in a few minutes. But we're excited about it. It's a 5-year program. When this program is finished, we hope to have 300 coaches in Baltimore City. And that's going to make a big difference to organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs and other organizations in the city. It's not going to be just football. It's going to be all sports. It's not just boys. It's girls also. There'll be equal number of coaches for boys teams and for girls teams. So it's a very exciting opportunity for the city and for the Ravens. We wouldn't be here today except for a couple of people who got very much involved with us. First of all, I want to recognize Brandon Etheridge, who's here somewhere, back here. Brandon is the general counsel of the Baltimore Ravens. That means he's our lawyer. He's our most important lawyer. He plays a big role for us. But he also, before he joined the Ravens, he was the director of Up2Us, and he introduced Up2Us to the Baltimore Ravens. And we got interested in this program last fall, and we invited Paul Kakamo to come down and introduce himself in the organization. But we got our players involved. We wanted our players to be involved in a program that was part of the things that they like to be involved in. And if you're a football player for an NFL team, coaches were a very important part of your life. Whether it was basketball, football, or whatever sports you chose to play, a coach is very, very important. So we got our players involved, and we had Paul come down and make an introduction to the organization. He met with Brandon and me and Chad Steele and others. But there were 4 or 5 players there. And we had another meeting to discuss it among ourselves, and yet a third meeting. And the 3 players we have here today were involved in all or some of those meetings and played an important role in making the Baltimore Ravens make this investment in Up2Us. So I want to introduce Brandon Williams. He's the young man right here. Matt Judon, who is back there. And Ronnie Stanley, who's right here. Without them and other players at the Baltimore Ravens, we would not have made this investment. This is an important investment to them and to us, and we're very excited about it. With that, let me turn it over to Paul, and he can introduce himself and talk about what our program is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Dick. Hey, everyone. My name is Paul Kakamo, and today I took the bus here because I'm actually from New York City. And I was on the bus. I was sitting next to someone. We started talking, and he was just telling me that he asked me if I was from New York or Baltimore, and I said New York, and he said, I'm from Baltimore. And I said, so? I was like, tell me about that city. He said one thing. He said, I love Baltimore. He's like, I'm really proud of being from Baltimore. And it struck me, you guys, like, we don't hear that so much about places anymore. Someone who their first statement is how much they love their hometown. And I started to think about what makes us love a place. And it's probably more than anything else, it's that in that place there's people who care about us. And the greatest thing we can do as human beings is to genuinely care about each other. And I think that was maybe the impetus about 8 years ago when I started Up2Us Sports. The goal, I thought, was, hey, sports. Do you guys love sports? Yeah. What sport do you love? All right, I hear basketball and football. One hand up in the back. Soccer? Baseball. Baseball. All right, you guys. All right, all kinds of sports. So sports has such a power to make a wonderful experience for our kids in our city and cities across the country. But the key to it is the coach. Everyone who's ever had a good coach knows that a coach who cares helps a kid not just in playing sports and becoming an athlete, but in becoming a good human being who can achieve their potential in life. And so I had this idea of going to AmeriCorps and saying, why don't we create a national service program for coaches? And let's train those coaches in positive youth development so that they could help kids achieve their potential. And we're here today with Up2Us Sports, but much more importantly, we are finally in Charm City. And I want to really thank the Ravens for making that possible. And I want to thank our founding director, Sinclair Eady. Sinclair. But our goal is to provide 300 coaches over the next 5 years who will work in schools, parks, and nonprofits. We want to train at least 2,000 coaches in this city on how to use sports to help kids achieve their potential, because it's all there. Teamwork, leadership, discipline, pro-social connections, future focus, plan B thinking on the field. What about that in the classroom or in the community when things don't go well? It's all in sports. So we are going to provide coaches to our schools, parks, and nonprofits, and we're going to train coaches. So if you're out there and you're interested in being a coach because you care, please find us at up2ussports.org. And if you're a program in the city of Baltimore and you want a trained coach to help you reach that many more kids, please contact us at up2ussports.org. And all of you young athletes, I hope you are all playing sports over the next few years. I hope someday you all become coaches. And I hope someday when I'm much older and I'm riding a train, a bus, maybe a plane, maybe the space shuttle, you're sitting next to me. And I look over to you and I say, hey, where are you from? And you say, Baltimore. I love Baltimore. I'm proud of being from Baltimore. Thanks, you guys.
It is now my honor to introduce our mayor, Mayor Catherine Pugh. And, she's a great cheerleader for Charm City, a great cheerleader for Baltimore. She was once a cheerleader for Morgan State, so I'm told. Mayor.
I remember passing Dick one day on the stairwell and asked him if he wanted me to suit up in my cheerleading uniform, and you said, no, not yet. But I'm really excited to be here because one of the things, and you've come to the right city. I'm so grateful to Up2Us because you have come to the right city. When I think about what we want to do with our recreation centers, because one of the things that we believe that sports helps us to do, it teaches us how to be competitive without being combative. And so it also teaches us character, and so that really is a great thing. And I'm so grateful that you also mentioned our young ladies who like to play sports. In fact, my sister started playing basketball when she was 4 years of age and ended up in the Hall of Fame at her high school and is in the Hall of Fame at Temple University as the first female to score 1,000 points in her high school and one of the top athletes at Temple University. So we know, young ladies, all of you all sitting there, that you can be as competitive as those young boys out there. And so you're going to have some great coaches. But I also wanted to acknowledge Congressman Cummings. I know he's not here, but I see Mark is here from his office. And I want to thank you all for this collaboration. The Ravens have been just such a great partnership, a partner for Baltimore City, and the money that you're investing in Baltimore, I believe, will certainly go to great use. I can't wait to see all of these coaches that are going to be coaching our teams in our schools and our recreation centers. We're very excited about that. I wanted to also thank you for the renovations, Dick, as it relates to the Renaissance Academy and the Seeds of Promise mentoring program. Again, let me just emphasize what a great partner the Ravens have been for Baltimore. I was here not too long ago, Dick, when we did the renovations here. Under Armour participated in making this a great operation. And so to have these young people have the right kind of coaching, because that's what you all will provide for them, the right kind of coaching that teaches them, as you pointed out, character, charisma, how to be competitive, not be combative, and to show that you can be the best that you can be. That's what sports helps all of our young people to do. And so again, we're very excited, and I look forward to probably over 18,000 young people who will be impacted by this program. So again, when you take that train from New York to Baltimore, rest assured that the person who's sitting beside you who said that they love Baltimore, that there are a whole lot of young people out here who love Baltimore, and certainly we love you all, the new coaches and the coaches to be, for putting your time, your effort to help our city become the greatest city in America. Thank you so much.
As our mayor mentioned, Congressman Cummings could not be here today, but he sent a couple of words for us, and I'm going to read them in a second, but I want to just mention that several of us from the Ravens and some of our players went down and met with Congressman Cummings last fall. It was a great meeting. He's a great man, a great congressman. We're lucky to have him as an advocate for Baltimore. But here's what he said. Although I cannot be with you today, I lend my full support to this effort to increase the effectiveness of programs that train Baltimore youth in life skills through sports and builds bridges between our community and our youth. I have always said that children are the living messages that we send to a future we will never see. I thank AmeriCorps, the Baltimore Ravens, and Up2Us Sports for having the vision to make this partnership possible and working to improve the future of this great city. So thank you all for being here, and that concludes the program. Thank you.